What's up guys, it's Will back again, and today's review is the 2004 Pixar film, The Incredibles. The Incredibles, first requested to me by Harry Frazier and written and directed by Brad Bird, is a film about a family of what's referred to as supers. Supers, or superheroes for short, are in hiding after public outcry over their heroic deeds that came at a cost for the world. Mr. Incredible, who's working a dead-end job to support his family, eventually accepts a job where he can put his superpowers to good use, but before long he realizes this job is not quite as straightforward as it seems. He runs into an evil villain, and eventually the Incredible family teams up together and puts their powers to good use as they attempt to save the world. Alright, so I'm actually glad this request inched its way to the top of the list. Considering the Incredibles 2 trailer dropped not long ago, I was always thinking that I needed to watch the original because it's generally considered one of Pixar's best films. I mean, I've actually heard people say that it's one of the best animated films ever, period, so yeah, I went in expecting great things. And I definitely got them. I thought The Incredibles was incredible. I mean, I think it's more likely that Pixar delivers us a great film than they do even an average one. Their resume speaks for itself, and I'd have to rank The Incredibles somewhere in the top 3 to 4 because there really wasn't any stretch of time where I wasn't completely enamored with this movie. I feel like The Incredibles is one of Pixar's best told stories. It's a simple story, but it really does keep you invested throughout because it's really well paced and really compelling and also really fun. At first I kind of thought that there wasn't really going to be much humor to be found in this one, but as things progress, it really does manage to balance a semi-serious story with sort of a slight superhero satire approach as well. The Incredibles is a story that primarily follows Mr. Incredible, and the main focus of the narrative is his refusal to accept anything but the superhero life, and also his refusal to accept help from basically anyone else. It really is an interesting character study because his exclusion of others has profound effects on almost every other character in the film. His reluctance to accept help or to even accept a lifestyle other than the one he always dreamed of has consequences for everyone else around him. And in that way, I think The Incredibles resonated with me a surprising amount because I kind of expected it to be like the kids' version of Deadpool where they mock superhero films, but that approach is fairly subtle and never impacted my investment in the story and the characters. I actually found the film to be fairly formulaic, but in a good way. Sometimes the story is formulaic and predictable, but just executed at such a high level that it can still achieve greatness, and that's what The Incredibles does. Part of it is the characters too. I love the Incredible family, and I feel like each one of them really brought something different to the family dynamic. This is especially the case in the final act where they all team up and fight crime together because there's plenty of personality to accompany their individual and unique powers. I felt like all of the characters, not just the Incredibles, were overflowing with individuality and personality. These are all very, very memorable characters. I really do love Frozone too. I think Samuel L. Jackson was the perfect actor for the role, despite the fact that this isn't his usual MO. He typically does a lot of action movies or drama movies where he can cuss a lot and do some crazy things, but he actually brought a lot of life to Frozone. I think he's one of the funniest characters, especially because of his famous "Where's my super suit" scene. That's, you know, a classic scene for a reason. Honey, where's my super suit? That's good enough. But I feel like when it comes to the overall comedic output of the film, it really does tread lightly to make sure it doesn't overdo it. There are a ton of kid films out there that incorporate an excessive amount of slapstick humor and toilet humor and other similar things that really start to wear on everyone who isn't a kid. The Incredibles is a movie that can definitely be enjoyed by pretty much any age demographic because it's funny in a pretty universal way. I also thought that this movie was really exciting too. Anytime the superheroes actually went into crime fighting mode and put their powers to the test, I felt like I was watching animated Avengers. This is one incredibly impressive movie when it comes to action, and it really is one of the more exciting and fun animated films that I've ever seen. This could easily have been a very generic, straightforward, and underwhelming movie, but it's executed so well that it turns out to be quite the opposite. The only thing I didn't quite love was Holly Hunter's voice as Elastigirl or Mrs. Incredible. She did grow on me though. At first I kind of felt like her voice didn't fit the character, like it didn't really match up to the appearance of the character, but the more time I spent with her, the more time I came to accept it. I still don't love the fit, but it didn't bug me nearly as much as it did in the beginning. I'm good with her casting now. I do find it pretty amazing though that 1, it's taken 15 years for a sequel to come to fruition, and 2, that there's such a wide discrepancy between critics and audience members about the quality of the film. I'm actually pretty surprised that a large number of people would dislike it at all. I really do think there's something here for everyone. To each their own, I guess, but I think The Incredibles is one of Pixar's simplest but best told stories thus far. It's great. But overall, if you haven't seen The Incredibles yet, you should. I thought it had a simplistic but beautifully executed story, great characters, a nice sense of humor, and some really fun action. And there's no cons here for me. I'm gonna give The Incredibles a 10 out of 10 and definitely recommend you watch it if you haven't already. I think basically anyone can enjoy it. It's pretty good at everything it does. So have you guys seen The Incredibles yet? What did you think of it? And if not, let me know why not. And also let me know your thoughts on The Incredibles too. Did you want a sequel? Which direction do you think they'll go? Let me know what you think in the comments below. That's all for now though. This is WillFoxification signing off. See you in the next review.